Suicides linked to the DWP, the Department for Work and Pensions. Wow. Well, if you've ever been on the dole, and obviously I'm in an imaginary country and have never been on the dole because I don't know what that is, but if you had, and you'd had it sanctioned for some ridiculous reason, like you hadn't applied for a job at an imaginary fish and chip shop, that can be pretty hard, especially when they were giving you call anyway. So, yeah, when people suffer with health problems, mental health problems, the only thing keeping them in place, if you like, is a safety net that was built in the place called the United Kingdom after the war, because it seemed like actually looking after your citizens is a good way to keep them in shape for if there ever a future war again. That sort of got forgotten, and we're trying to humiliate and punish people on the off chance that they're lying about how poor they are and how difficult their job prospects are. It's a sign of, I would say, a bad society when you try and pick on obvious targets, the mentally ill, the poor, the ill-educated, people who don't vote, foreigners, sometimes good ones to pick on, and talk about how much money they're costing by the lies they tell or the things they don't do or don't appear to do, and then forget all the really, really, really rich people who are not doing what they're meant to be doing. Because it's much more easy and much more fun to sort of lay into a much larger layer of poorer people who actually are causing less of a financial problem. It's also handy that the people who make the stories happen in the media are probably friends of the rich people that aren't doing what they're meant to be doing and contributing their bit to the society in which they live. In this case, a place called the United Kingdom, not where I live, because I'm in an imaginary place, an imaginary room with an imaginary job. I think I'll end this part of the test here and move on to my imaginary book club. So this week in Imaginary Book Club, we read Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. I don't know if you've ever read it. It is highly recommended and quite long. It's not War and Peace long, but it is longer than The Play and Inspector Calls, which, as I remember from school, was really, 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 really thin. And War and Peace, which I've never read, but it is on my shelf because I borrowed it off my friend, is really, 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 really thick. But Catch-22 apparently took Joseph Heller 7 years to write, and also if you read it, when you use the cliche, "Oh, that's a Catch-22 situation," you'll actually be able to describe what it means. Like, sometimes I'll just do that as I'm saying that, just so everyone knows, because it is an interesting point that the author makes about the sanity of wartime activities. My song of the week is going to be Redemption Song by Bob Marley. I've listening to Radio 4 for a lot of years now, and I was listening to Ian Wright, who's a famous footballer. The first song that I heard him pick was Redemption Song by Bob Marley, and that's the first time in 20 years of listening to Desert Island Discs that I've ever heard one song that I agreed with the people who were on it. So go Ian Wright, Gunners, and that's really good. I am now going to ask my electronic assistant, because I don't have a real one, to play the outro music, which I haven't decided what it is yet. I know. Okay, Google, play Rocking Chair by Oasis.
Sure, Rocking Chair by Oasis. Playing on YouTube Music.
None of us like to be defined by any one thing, but this might just be...
Sorry, this seems to be an advert. Come on. Come on. This, technical issues, this is annoying. And whilst we wait for this, who get to see my outro light that I'm going to use. So that's really good. Okay, Google, volume up. Okay, see you later for my next test, where I might try and do lights, maybe, and credits. Thank you very much. And a suitable greeting to say bye at whatever time you find yourself watching this video. And yes, remember to find the sunshine in your heart. Thank you.